Hey y'all, so here we go. Anyway, I am back because I said I was going to do this and I'm going to complete it. This is what my son wanted, to do everything public, so I'm okay with it, and I'm still okay. Yeah, it's getting crazy and everything, but I still haven't cried since the last time I told y'all I haven't cried. So I'm so proud of myself that I'm like really understanding, just really grasping. And that doesn't mean that it hurts any less, but this process is good. And his dad feels like it's it's a waste of energy, but not for me. I'm addressing his gripes and the way he's perceived some things in his childhood. And yeah, so I think it's a process and it's a therapy, whether it's ugly or whatever the case may be. But anyway, today I do have notes, and I told y'all the next time that I will have notes, so I do, and that way I don't get too far off and I don't forget to tell you what I want to tell you. So I'm just going to read what I have, and I think I have everything I need to say. If not, whatever, because I'm not gonna be. It's probably gonna be maybe like 2 more videos, because it's just getting to be a whole lot. Because originally I was only going to address the gripes he had in the first writing, but now it's like it's always something different. It just keeps piling on and piling on, and it's becoming something that's not. It's not. I don't know how to even say it. For one, it's just not conducive to either of our health, because like yesterday he woke up texting me like 7 something in the morning, like he woke up with it on his mind, like, and that's just not healthy. Like, are you not resting, or you not, like, what is wrong? That you shouldn't be waking up like that. That's really hard. That's hard. But anyway, I'm gonna start reading because I don't want this to be too long. Okay, and I'm gonna read straight through first. I might put in a thought or two, but for the most part, I'm just reading what I have so that I don't get off track and I'm not just losing my thought all the time. Okay, here we go. So the topic, my child is free falling. So in your first writings, you said, I want to be mother of the century so bad that I forgot to be a mother. How can you say I want to be mother of the century if you're not acknowledging that I was really trying to be the best mother I could be? It literally makes no sense. Now you're saying I only did what I was supposed to do. That's where you are wrong and so very entitled. Just as you feel the words parents don't mean anything, why should the word children mean anything? Why couldn't I just give you enough to be okay? Why didn't I give you away? Why I could have chosen to do either or worse, but I loved you, protected you, nursed you to health when you were ill, invested in you, not just money, but time and energy, made sure you were sheltered, safe, and fed. All parents don't do these things, neither do they have to. They choose to out of love. You just thanked me in February for always being there for you. You said it was on your heart how I nursed you and got you better after you got burned, even though you know it was your karma for how you were treating me. My son got burned really bad when he was like 16. Ever since you made 16, when you used to when I used to tell you about all the mean things you said to me and did to me, you would say that you're not apologizing because you're not responsible for my feelings. Okay, fine. So why am I somehow responsible for your feelings now? Especially when the word mother is only a power construct and doesn't mean anything. Make it make sense. So lately my son's like, oh, mother and father doesn't mean anything. It's just a power construct to make it seem like you have power over me. So this is what he's saying. So, but now, like, he used to tell me, I'm not responsible for your feelings, I'm not apologizing, but all of a sudden I'm responsible for all of his feelings, for gripes he had when he was a child. Okay, and some gripes I guess he's having now, I don't know. So Now, the issue is you hate that I keep saying you're spoiled. Well, you are. Not materialistic spoiled. We've never been the type of family that stays in the mall buying this and that. We value our money and never spent money frivolously. We spend money on quality food, savings, bills, and family time. When your dad recently said something about me not taking care of business, you attacked him and told him that I took damn good care of you and that I was never the type of mother worried about name brands because I was taking care of you. That was just in February. Remember that? Like I said, I'm just next in line to be attacked because you have literally attacked and wished death on everyone around you, your father and your girl included. You are reaching so far, my love. I know there are people watching, waiting for the reason for your trauma. Last year, you were calling yourself a spoiled American. I'm confused. So, with that said, yes, we had some tough financial times while you were in middle school. My response to that, so what? You worked at 14. My response to that, yes. I asked you if you wanted to work at my place of business to keep you busy and make a little change. You said yes. So I asked the owner of the cafe in my building if he could let you work so you'd have something to keep busy. You were homeschooling and tutoring at the time and wasn't doing much else. You loved being there. In your earlier writings, you said that you had to deal with crap at school and then come home and deal with us. Now you're saying being at school was the happiest times. No, love. You struggled tremendously with your identity all through school and are still struggling now. Whether it's rage induced or drug induced, I don't know, but you're struggling and free falling. I saw it then and I see it now. I knew and still know that it is what it is to be bullied. I was bullied in school with my hand-me-down clothes, my big nose, and my gap teeth. I saw all the signs in you, so I pulled you to give you a break. You said yourself that you were a weirdo, which you were foreign to me and a lot of people around you, but I've always loved that about you. It's what made you special. But children are cruel, and I saw you hurting, so I pulled you. Number 4. This is in no particular order as I'm addressing his text messages, okay? You only had 2 school uniforms. Okay. At a time in middle school, that was true. You had all day to wash, but you would come home, sleep all day, wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. to wash and dry your pants and shirt. I asked you not to do that because you're running the water bill and wasting energy. We told you if there wasn't enough clothes in the washroom for you to wash an entire load to wash it by hand, and you did when you didn't sleep all day or wait until the last minute. That was on you, walking around smelling like peppermint patty. I told you that was pure peppermint oil and you wore way too much, burning everybody's nose. I bought that for you as one of the ingredients for when you started making your hair gel and you used it all on your body. You would do it when you got out of the shower and use it as deodorant, to which I used it to dab on as deodorant as well. You loved that stuff and it drove me crazy. So one of his text messages is like, you didn't take care of me. I only had 2 pairs of school uniform pants, and you didn't want me to wash them, and it was smelly. I had to put peppermint oil on it, and all this. Navaj could have washed if he got up, he could have washed a load of clothes and dried them. Okay, but he would sleep all day and then last minute try to go run to the washer in the morning, early in the morning, throw it in the washer, just the pants or just the shirt, and try to wash it and dry it right before he went to school. And we didn't like that. It was a waste of water. Yes, it ran the water bill, and it made it just was a waste of energy, electricity, or whatever. We asked him to wash a whole load, and if he couldn't get his clothes washed in loads, that he needs to wash them by hand because it was running too much. And during that time, things were tight. So that's what that was from. But you guys can read the text messages. I don't have to explain all that to you. All right, so let's see. All right. So you selling candy at school. I never had a problem with you selling candy at school. This child is just reaching. He's just reaching for every little string, any little thing he can find to just make it seem like he just had the roughest life. Okay. I'm not minimizing his feelings. That's why I am even taking this energy to respond, so he understands how to think about things. I don't know. I don't know, but this is the process, okay? All right. You selling candy at school. I never had a problem with you selling candy at school. I just told you not to get caught, and if you did, you knew the rules. Of course you got caught though. You were not making money from selling the candy. We tried to show you how to, but like always, you don't want to be told anything. My son doesn't want to be told anything. And that was one of his gripes when he got a stepfather. He wanted to tell him to take the trash out and wash dishes, and he just never wanted to be told anything. And I've taken my fault in that I should have made him be more responsible. I should have not fought his dad about his responsibilities, and I was just trying to coddle him and protect him from something he didn't need protecting from. He needed to learn responsibility, and Navaj sometimes saw us argue about me not wanting Nick to say something to him, just leave him alone or just let him go. So that can make, it creates chaos, But anyway, and then he said, I left him at home when he was 8 to wash dishes and feed himself. Okay, I left you at home when you were 8 to wash dishes and feed yourself. I honestly don't recall that because I worked during the day and your dad worked at night. I asked your dad, and he said maybe a few times, but nothing constant. And Nick has a memory of an elephant. So even still, my response to that is, so what? You were safe and healthy and fed. Number 7. I'm playing the I love you role because I know people are watching. So I'm only pretending with this I love you role because people are watching, and he's got it all on. He's bringing the smoke online. So my response to that is, ask your girlfriend if I've not always been loving towards you. She's witnessed our relationship firsthand. Our long hugs, me kissing your face, you kissing mine. As a matter of fact, ask your cousins and your old friend who used to come over. I've always loved on you and been gentle with you, especially when you were angry. Have I been angry and upset with you before? Of course, most definitely, and that's okay. But my love for you has always been apparent and undeniable. As far as people watching, I told you to have a ball. I've been talked about and drugged through the mud all my life by my closest family and supposed to be friends. So you have no idea what that's like. I was also bullied very badly throughout my school years. So this isn't new to me. I made it through that, so this is just another notch in the old belt. Now, did it hurt coming from you? Hell yeah, it did. But I'm learning not to take it so personally. This is your shit, not mine. So you have to get through it the best way you know how, even if it is weak as fuck. I know you break under any amount of pressure. It's what you do because you are spoiled. Am I hurt? Yes. Shocked at first? Yes. Never thought I'd see this day. Number 8. My baby boy gets away with everything and talks to me reckless. Excuse me, y'all. I had to pause the video for a second. So, number 8. My baby boy gets away with everything and talks to me reckless. My response to that is false. Nico is a sarcastic little shit sometimes, but he is not disrespectful. He just plays at the wrong time. We had a problem with him mumbling under his breath when he was being disciplined or told something, but his dad nipped that in the bud. I don't spank, but Nick does. And his daddy don't play at all. Navaj, you know how Nick is when shit gets real. He has tagged both of y'all asses with that belt. Nico gets his mind right. You run by your grandma if and when you're not mad at her too. Then when you're mad at her, you will run back home. Spoiled. Stop making my baby out to be like he's mean or ungrateful or anything other than what he is. He's so loving and so giving. He really is. He's so loving and so giving. He's just really sarcastic, and he sometimes when my fuse is short. He just plays a whole lot, and I'm just like, boy, I just can't. Now him and his dad play like that a lot, like really sarcastic, like, and that's their thing. But he wants to do that with me, and I'm not really built for that. But he's learning as he's getting older. Like, okay, I can't do mama like that. He's learning, but he's a kid. He's only 12, and he's learning his mom, But anyway, number 9, your dad took care of me and pushed me through massage school. So one of the texts was like, you a lazy bitch or whatever, and oh God, Emmy, pause. Sorry, y'all. Emmy needed me really quickly. And that's another thing. Like, I'm doing this video and I'm still like taking time away from my children. Like, I can be down there playing with her. It's like she's down playing with her brother right now. But that's what I'm talking about. See how I'm trying to spread myself so thin because I want to give him the answers and the responses like I promised I would do, and I said I was okay with this, and I'm sticking by my word. I'm really okay with this. If this is what it's gonna take or whatever, maybe it's all in vain. I don't know. I really don't care at this point, but I have to try. I'm like this. I rather try and fix it and nothing happens than to not to try at all, and then nothing happens. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know. But anyway, back to where we started from. So your dad took care of me and pushed me through school, massage school. So yeah, one of the text messages was like, yeah, you a lazy bitch. My daddy did everything for you, bought everything for you. I'm not like you, da 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 da. Right, and my response to that was, he did, and I'm forever grateful to him for that. And I think I said that in the last video, like I was kind of carefree. I didn't really have when I was with his dad, I didn't really need anything or want anything. And that was his dad's choice, and I really, really appreciate that. And I said that, I owe him for this placement that I have now and this comfort. He really did help me through some tough times that I was going through with my parents, But anyway, so he did, and I'm forever grateful to him for that. Me, lazy. After a conversation with your dad and a bit of reflection, I can say that I was lazy in my younger years while I was with your dad. He did everything and gave me everything. I'd never known that before him. After your dad went away, after your dad went away and me having you on my own, I became a beast. It wasn't overnight, but I started from the bottom. Now I'm here. You say you don't want to work because you don't want to trade time for money, and everything you need is here on earth already. It's all in the text messages. You said that I'm stupid for living in the system. Now you're saying you're always willing to grind and hustle. You see, that's different. Do you see how he says one thing, and like in the text message, he was like, you dumb, you caught up in this matrix, and you want to work in this system and pay bills and not be in nature, and I'm not working for no money. And now you're saying you a hustler? Which one is it? Are you a hustler or you want to live off? That's what I'm talking about, him struggling with his identity. He's always struggled with his identity like this. It's so heartbreaking to watch. Because I struggle with my identity too, but I struggled with my identity in middle school, a little bit at the beginning of high school, but by 20 I was like, this is who I am. I'm not, look, but everybody has their own pace, and I did keep Navaj really close. I kept him really close. He didn't really start going and doing things until 16. He'd get dropped off with his friends and stuff. Like, I started letting him go more and slowly but surely. And then we started driving, but I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I just try to search my mind and my heart trying to find what, and I just don't know. I don't know. So anyway, I don't know. So you didn't have all you needed in high school. My response to that is that's just not true. You had everything you needed. You had everything you needed in high school. as far as your uniform and shoes and your senior dues and your graduation stuff, like everything was purchased. When you started high school, everything was purchased ahead of time. We had done that ahead of time. So I don't know. Anyway, number 11. When I say money is tight or shit is tight, or it doesn't mean that we don't have anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Let's see where I'm at. Navaj, I can't remember exactly when, but you told me that you were tired of moving, because we did move a lot. We were kind of just trying to find our way as a young family, So we did move a lot, and it was a process, and everything that we went through and everything we did is what got us here, and we're on the right track. So me and your baby brother were having a conversation in the apartment one day, and you both said you wanted a house. That stuck with me so hard. And I spoke to your dad. Our very next move was our house, and we surprised our boys with this house, and that was 5 years ago. It's not your place to know what's in our pockets, as long as you're safe, healthy, and fed and cared for. So he was like, because you don't have it like that to be doing this and that. Well, son, just because you feel like we don't have it like that, that's really not your place. And as far as you're concerned, no, we don't have it like that, because our money is a tool, and we use it as such. So, I mean, that's your perception, I guess. But everyone else you shit on is coddling you right now, afraid that you'll blow up. So your aunt said, and everyone is coddling him, and that goes back to my very first video. My son was the first everything. He had so much feminine energy. He had so much feminine energy growing up, just unseized, like just all the way up until he was like, maybe he was surrounded by all of the women in his family up until the age of maybe 10, because I think that's around the time that my relationship with my side of the family kind of dwindled. Our relationship has been very strained over the years, and I think it started when he was about 10, when he stopped. That's let me see what Amy wants, because that is her calling me. Okay, y'all, I have to wrap this up because Amy is she's wanting her mommy now. She doesn't want to play with Nico anymore. So yeah, everyone is coddling. Everybody he shit on is coddling him. Everybody's afraid of the blow up. You know what I mean? Like his poor girlfriend. She loves him. Something fears, like, but she doesn't stand up. She doesn't tell him when he's wrong. Like he just does whatever. Like, and I didn't know until like later on when they moved to Slidell that he talked to her so bad. I never knew that. Had I known that, I would have set them both down and talked to them about that. That's not something I'm okay with my son doing, talking to a woman that way. I just, when I learned about it, because I had no idea, and she doesn't really, she's very head down. She's very, very passive, very passive, and he recently got into it with his dad, and I think his dad, tells him the truth, but it's really soft, and it kind of like me. We both have that weakness. We both really have that weakness where we just, it's our baby. So it's our first baby, and maybe it's the hardest. Maybe some other parents want to let me know if parents that have grown children, not little children, because little children are easy compared to grown children. For what I'm hearing, I've only talked to a few parents with grown children, and my story is not even this. What my son is doing to me ain't even. This is the walk in the park compared to some things that I've heard. But maybe it's because of the first child. Hopefully, when my other children get older, then I can maneuver and know how to go about it a better way. But everybody's coddling my child. And my sister told me, you taught him that God is within and looking, and you the reason why he think the way he think is like God. And okay, I taught my son that everything that he needs is internal. If you want to find answers, go to the mirror. God is within you. You want answers, you want to see God, go to the mirror. And that just means that you're your own person, you're your own man. But that also, I've always told him too, when when something is wrong, self-correct. Take responsibility. You can't just take one part of that and just go, I'm God. Like if you look at some of them text messages, it's like, I'm God, you don't rush me, and I'm in tune with God. You can't untune me, and I'm powerful, and I'm a warrior. Like all this. So anyway, I'm not gonna coddle you anymore. As much as I love you. And he was like, you could say you love me all you want, all day long. You're gonna get this smoke. Do you know how weak it is? Do you know how weak it is and how weak you look talking to your mom like I'm a shit stain on the street? That is crazy. And my sister kept telling me, I talked to him and all he needs you to do is just say that he's right, admit you're wrong. And he keeps telling me, until you admit you're wrong, you're not going to have access to me. You can't have access to me until you admit you're wrong. And I'm like, okay, I've apologized reluctantly for being overbearing, maybe, and being controlling. I take that. I apologize that affected you that way, that you felt like I didn't let you go enough and let you do your own thing, and sometimes I guess I'm feeling like I'm saving you from yourself, because some shit you want to do or was stupid as hell. So it's, as a mother and as parents, it's our job to say, hold up, that's stupid, don't do that, that's not gonna turn out good, but also we probably should have just backed up. Just let him go. And you told me, my son has literally told me, Ma, just let me bump my head. Just leave me alone. Let me bump my head. He's literally told me that. But that's so hard, especially for a parent like me to just let go. It's hard. So, babe, you just reaching. You're reaching. And it's becoming so tiresome. And you keep telling me I'm not going to have access to you. But you waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning with all this rage, texting me all this hateful stuff. Like, what? But you're giving me access. And then you're sharing all the screenshots with I'm still saved in your phone with our picture. You and I all kissy face. Change that. Change it. Since I'm just this horrible monster that's just undeserving of respect and undeserving of love, and excuse me, you wish I die and all this stuff. Why am I saved in your phone with that kissy face, or that whatever you and I were doing in that photo? Take it off. Because just not too long ago, you and I were inseparable. So this complete turnaround thing, wow. Those calls, Madre, what you doing? How was your day, ma? Da-da-da-da. What changed, baby? I don't know. Your auntie was like, I'm like, so tell me, because we talked, me and your auntie chatted, and I'll probably post our chat. We chatted, and she's just like, it's you triggered him. I said, well, what about all the other people he attacked? And now he's saying, oh, everybody else good now because now I know the problem is you. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just the last on the roster, and it was just okay. So everything was my fault. And I'm just, if this was a reality show, it wouldn't last the season. Boring. Like literally boring. And that's the point. And I think I'm not minimizing your feelings. You have some gripes, and those are your feelings. But where is this trauma coming from? Other than you losing your dad, I understand that can be traumatic. And it was another topic that I said that you might losing your mom to your stepdad. That could have, because you already lost your dad, and then you have to share your mom. That could be traumatic. But all the other stuff you're talking about, it really has no basis in truth and no basis in fact, other than the fact that maybe I was a little bit controlling, a little overbearing, a little overprotective. Yeah. Spoiling you. Yeah. Emmy's calling me. So I mean, I'm gonna end this video, but yeah. Oh yes, my sister was kept saying, you just gotta tell him you're right. Just he needs to hear you say that he's right. Child, I'm not. And you're not gonna bully me into yep. Again, let me tell. I hate making her wait for this, but I'm almost done anyway. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna fold just because you're having this hissy fit. When you're wrong, you're wrong, and I can't tell you you're right just because you're mad. That's not real love. That's not real love. Real love is get your mind right. What you're doing is crazy and fucked up, and nothing you have said so far has warranted any of this. Nothing, absolutely nothing you've said so far has warranted this. I can see if I did truly abuse you, like you started all this stuff with saying I physically abused you. That was the most hurtful thing you've done so far. What I look like physically abusing my child? That nearly broke me. Like, I physically abused you? Jesus. My baby never used to lie. I used to pride myself so much. Like, he's honest. If he's nothing, he's honest. He gonna tell you if he did something. If he did it, he did it. If he didn't, he didn't. I used to always be able to count on his word. But now, who is this person? Lying and twisting the truth and manipulating the truth. Who is this person? And then for you to do this sudden change just like that. And your auntie is like, it's not drugs, it's not drugs. He's just pissed. It's not. If it's not, I'm grateful. But also, it has to be something else. It must be a mental break. It has to be a mental break. Because you're saying, all the pain you caused me, I'm letting it all go. Okay, just as you used to tell me, I'm not responsible for your feelings. All I can be responsible for is my intentions. And my intentions were always pure. So how you perceived it, I hate that you perceived it the wrong way, but that's your shit. You're responsible for your own feelings. But I love you. I gotta go. Your sister needs me.